back to working on the brakes on the 62 mordoor Falcon. Now, I have not worked on the Bendix brakes too much, or Bendix style brakes. I'm more used to working on these early Ford, I think they call them Lockheed brakes. Yeah, it's kind of a different animal. It's locked on the bottom. This style, later 48s didn't. It has adjustment on top, and you adjust it on the sides. They're not self-energizing. Tools for the job. These brake tools are really nice. Taking off the springs, getting springs on. This is great to have. This is for bleeding the brakes to get the air out of the system, get new fluid in. And for these Bendix style brakes, self-adjusters, to use this to adjust that little star thing. Those are handy to have. And don't forget your line wrench or wrench. They go by different names. These are kind of worth having. Those you can make do with some vice grips and a screwdriver if you don't have a lot of money to get the job done. 8-year-old driving the car.
Yeah, when my brother moves.
A 13/16 is the head for the lug bolts. That's if you have a breaker bar. Otherwise, this works very well. We'll start breaking them while it's on the ground. That way, quiet dogs. 8-year-old breaking the lug nuts. So we're just going to loosen them up. Okay, next one, Ewan. Doing it while it's on the ground, so it's all the pressure is on the tire, so it's easy to brake rather than being in the air. All right, see, it's easy enough that a 4-year-old can do it. Okay, go for it, buddy. There you go.
Hi guys. I totally have a driver's license.
Round 2, 3. No, these aren't super tight anyway. I guess we took this off. Go, Buzzy. Pull, pull, pull. Okay, we got it slightly loosened. We're gonna jack it up, and then we'll finish it up all the way. Jack up. So this is unibody. There's a little part there. It's like a part of a frame. You can jack up there, I believe, and then up the front here. That's one spot to put a jack stand, or you have some scrap wood, 2x4s, 4x4s, whatever you have. So jacking right in the corner here looks pretty stout, and then I'm going to put these jacks underneath to give it extra security. Got one jack there, and then we'll put another jack up front. There you go, all the way. Go all the way off. Yeah, I heard people call this a grease cap or a dust cap. It protects it keeps the dust out of the bearing, and there's a little nut there that holds the hub to the spindle.
Isn't it cool, guys? Yeah.
Okay.
That was my brother.
All right, here you go. Straighten out this cotter pin so we can get it out. Whoever did this job before really boogered this thing up, but that's to be expected. In this case, really boogered it up.
Okay, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, that's part of mechanicking. So we could maybe straighten that, but that's bad enough. It might be worth another one.
Liam does not like.
Pull this little cap off here, and there's the nut.
Okay.
Video where you see you're blowing up the. Okay, so I'm using the crescent wrench since I don't have it. It's at least over an inch socket to loosen it. There you go.
That thing does not. That thing that barely looks like it's even untightening it.
Yeah, I think it's been a while since I worked on these Cubs, but you just make them where they're tight enough where it keeps it captive, but not too tight where it wears the bearings out sooner. So there you go. The keyway there for this little washer, and this is the tip of the spindle. All right, see if I can just pull this off and without adjusting the brakes.
Looks like pulling this whole thing off.
Okay, so here's the outer bearing and the little washer.
That's cool.
So I'll put it up here. Top stuff up. Okay, stand back, guys. Here we go.
You're pulling that thing off too?
Yeah, so this
You look like you're trying to take the whole thing apart.
Yeah, so this is the hub and the brake drum.
You look like you're trying to take the whole Falcon into 300 pieces.
There you go.
What's that?
They call them sow bugs, but I always call them roly-polies, but there's a bunch of dead ones there, and you feel like there's black widows in there. So this thing's been sitting for a while.
Like a year or two.
So we're going to tear this apart, clean it up. And it looks like there's actually quite a bit of meat left on the brake shoe.
Dad, what do you mean?
I'll have to look at the book. There's a certain amount of pad you need to have left. So this is the brake pad.
I know.
And there's the rivet. So before the glue these on, they use a rib of these. And to me, I think the rivets are better.
Yeah.
Especially the environmentalists today. I don't think I trust the adhesives as good because probably make environmental safe adhesives that you can eat or whatever, but they don't work as well. They're not safe. I'm just gonna vacuum out all this with my shop vac. Tools are really handy, but you know, screwdrivers and needle nose pliers, vice grips can work quite well too if that's all you have. This is kind of a cool tool that just pops it off that spring.
Did you
there you go.
Did you take even more stuff off it while I was
that's what
gone?
we're doing to get this brake part. Alright, so...
Hi, guys.
Well, hold a sec. You put this on the little stud here, and then you fish this upper, and it picks the spring up, and then you take it off. Well, maybe not like that. Let's try it again.
Not like that. Let's do it again.
And there it goes.
Okay. I feel like you're just trying to destroy.
One thing I've noticed is interesting I haven't seen on the Bendix brakes before is instead of like a little pin and a keeper, it's like a spring that's captive here. So that's
my dad's trying to destroy this car so much.
We're gonna give it a quick wrench here. Try to get some of these crusties off of this. Quiet, doggies. Somebody's lost dog came and he smells like a skunk, and our dogs are not too happy. All right, back to the program. Press that down with some brake cleaner. All right. Quick gasoline wash of the bearing, get it clean, and then I'll wash the other components like the springs and the adjuster. Okay, gasoline, got everything pretty cleaned out. That out with some brake cleaner. This is the final thing. All right, and let it dry, and then we'll pack it with some grease. So when measuring the pads, what's left there, I got 7.79 millimeters, and this 2.69 millimeters. So we're within the 5 millimeters of the pad. So what I see is 3 millimeters. So we're well within specs, so just leave it alone. Okay, brake line or line wrenches. It's a 3/8 on top, 5/8 on the bottom on the rubber hose. You make that out. That's a keeper right there, a little metal keeper. Keeps it in place. Actually, sorry, on top. This is just the bracket. Okay, go back and forth. Looks like I break it without breaking the line. The lines aren't too bad. I mean, I guess ideally you might want to change them out. So when twisting the line, it's twisting the nut's twisting the line up here, so I need to clean off the crud. Hopefully that, might have to take sandpaper, light sandpaper, get it cleaned up, or 3M pad. Line's twisting, I'm going to try to take off the brake cylinder on the back side and see if that will work better. So I'll twist the breakdown line. I'll just attempt not 7/16 socket for the brake cylinder. Okay. Okay, there's one. This is your first brake line taken off?
Yeah. try to get it out without you're going to use it as a
in here. There we go. All right, got it.
moisture. And brake fluid has moisture absorbent in it, and so it can absorb so much water and saturation into the oil.
There's a little brake cylinder. It's all crusty. It's in for quite a while. Might be the original factory, who knows? Wagner Lockheed, USA, America. Making a new brake line to the block here because the other one was twisted.
Pretty close where the A-arm doesn't move that much, right?
Yeah, I think we're good. All right, always make sure you put that little copper crush,
there, right?
Yep, crush washer in
You ever
there.
had to use one over again?
Hose is on. Just screw that on. Okay, and tight, then with the wrench.
Overall,
White
yeah,
lithium, but oh yeah, definitely. You know, something called white lube, but put a little bit on the contacts surfaces here. These little flat spots. I think it's one here, some down here. Just a little tab, a little bit on your screwdriver, so that way it doesn't squeak, and on your adjuster cap, it keeps it happy, moving freely. Okay.
Does that work?
This is an old Plum's tool for braking. You guys can't figure this stuff out.
Does that work?
Yeah, got it.
This here.
Mm-hmm.
So the part that seals is right here, and so when it
Yeah, it doesn't have any appearance of it's leaking, so we'll just leave it alone. How's the bearing feel?
go like this, make sure there's a little spring behind it,
Mm-hmm.
and then when you look at it, it's like a rain umbrella, and it wants to push out. See this here? See the elasticity of it?
Yeah.
Don't cut it, but you just make sure it goes back and it's not baked.
Yeah, it's like a little rubber seal thing there.
Yeah, and this is where your hub's thick. So this ain't real wonderful, but it would probably work because it'll go like that.
Project No Buck, get you by. Project No Buck, get you by a while you can save up some money.
Yep.
Just get you to work.
So what you might want to do now is clean your drum.
Okay. What do you use to clean the drum?
Just want to knock all the stuff off in here.
Like a little bit of gasoline and maybe wet and dry sandpaper.
You can use some wet and dry right in here.
Or
you want to do this here.
Or
this is where it
steel
doesn't
wool.
rub.
Mm-hmm.
Right here. You just want to get that stuff off where it's high. And you can even take sandpaper, but this can cause it to catch.
Bearing, it feels good.
No rough spot. Feeling your rollers that are dragging.
Flat.
And I put some pressure on it.
So they get like a bottle cap or something to cap this off while we clean up in there a little bit, and then.
Yeah, you can put some. You got some masking tape. Just mask this over.
Okay. And
some of this dirt, grease here, Mike got some dirt in it from just before. Get a rag.
Yeah, you poor boy. We're trying to reuse pads, right, Dad? You just take a little bit of sandpaper and just lightly clean it to kind of get what when they're used, you get kind of a glaze on it. So you just lightly kind of scratch it up a little bit. Try not to make too much dust. Just go over it. Because there's lots of meat on there, and you might as well reuse this. And since our economies eventually, if we go to World War III or become more of a Cuban type thing, as we get more green, you're going to have to reuse the stuff to get to work. I mean, by all means, if you got the means to replace it, do it. But if these are still usable, why not reuse them? We got Liam and Teddy and Inspector on the job to make sure we're doing the job well on the brakes. Just lightly stand to get the glaze off. Just then hose it down. Some good old chemicals.
Love you, Dad.
Love you, Buzzy.
Not here.
No, careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you
ideally
throw away that water.
Yeah, use a little bit of soap and water to kind of clean up, make sure it keeps the dust down. If you're using all brake pads, it could be asbestos.
Yeah.
Okay, get that cleaned. Put some grease on it.
They're going to make you change them.
Get the parts one more wrenching to get any dust that could have gone on it off. And leave the bearing. Yeah, so we just put a little bit of masking tape. We're just going to give it a light kiss with some sandpaper. Just get some of the, since this drum's been sitting well and rust, that would normally get off this with just driving it. But we're going to get it off, get it clean. There's plenty of meat here, so this drum's reusable. Bearing races look good. But again, yeah, a little bit of masking tape keeps the crud from getting it in there. Keeps it cleaner. Yeah, wet and dry. Yeah, wet and dry is nice for that reason. Like I said, you keep the dust down.
Keep it from going airborne.
Yeah, because they did use asbestos.
The only place the asbestos really hurts is in the lines.
Yeah. Otherwise,
These
this
brakes may not have asbestos because newer brakes don't have asbestos.
so what, you just give it a light little sanding?
Yeah, just get loose rust and some of the dust that settled there and stuck. Probably some fluid started leaking a little bit.
Buzzy. Buzzinator. Okay, so there's a rust spot here where it looks like water and the bugs kind of sat for a while. So get rid of clean.
Spots, right?
There's no high spots. So
Yeah,
you said
like
poor
that.
people
That's
back in the day, you needed to go to work. Lamsh is
Yeah.
you can take a grinder, you can take the high spot off. But this one's nice and clean. You look at the specs online, or you get a owner's manual. You can see what the thickness is allowed. And this has lots of meat, so we're gonna reuse it. I'm going to use this multi-vehicle, any type of wheel bearing grease. Dad was recommending maybe put like a little 1/8 inch in the reservoir here. You don't want to overpack it because it'll actually
You want to
pack the bearings.
pin bearings.
Yeah, but if you put too much, it can actually blow out the seal and then leak all over out of the seal onto your brake pads, and that'd be bad. It won't always working as well. Pull tab, and then you get some clean gloves, and then you see how it kind of, it's typical of wheel bearing grease if you haven't seen that before. Okay, put some in there. You tend to put it like an 1/8 inch all the way around in that little,
Yeah, kind of fill up the void in that little area.
yeah. It's like a little race, little high.
Like a recess.
Yeah, from the back and the front, just kind of fill it up.
To push it in, right?
Yeah, so my dad suggested just take a couple fingers and you just kind of work in this back bearing. So I left this back bearing. Again, if you're poor, you can't get parts and you get to work. This seal was still sealing, so rather than taking a chance on something made in Mexico, China, who knows where, it works. I'm leaving it, so I'm just going to push it in, kind of working into that back bearing there, so it's ready to go. All right, so I'm going to try to work it through the back side of this front bearing that goes to the front of the hub on the spindle. So I'm just going to work it in, and then it's kind of spin it, and you're trying to get it where the little rollers here where it starts to kind of bleed out. You'll see it kind of ooze out. Of course, I just completely covered it. It's hard to see. And it's working in there, packing in really nice. So it's well greased and ready to go. Make sure you put the little washer on there. You'll see
During our last little gas prices recently, they went up a lot in price.
Everything's going up. Everything's
Insane.
nuts. Thank you, Buzzy. And then you got this little keeper that the cotter pin keeps us captive. So it's interesting. Guess this was cheaper than using a castle nut.
Loose, and then you
So you tighten it where you seat it.
Basically, a little bit loose, and then you go one more on the little serrations on your keeper.
Okay. So there's quite a bit of resist. You feel resistance there. So,
Okay.
and then you back it off a little bit.
Use your keeper thing. You got your little keeper goes over, and you look at the hole.
Oh, gotcha. Where you can.
So you back off one spot.
Okay, that should do it. And then
How's it feel spinning?
feels okay. Maybe it's a little bit too much resistance. So I'm just keep moving it back, checking it until I get this to the next where this tooth lines up so the cotter pin can go through. So it doesn't have to be very tight, but there are specs you can torque these down to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once it's seated, it doesn't have to be very tight. Okay, that could probably work with that right there. Finger tight and this
and then
go.
You feel it. It's not. You can't. You know. And then you'll check the brakes later. But anyway, we got to adjust them now.
Okay.
You got to doing that, Mac.
Yeah, 4-year-old and he knows to go righty tighty, lefty loosey.
He already can change the tire. That's pretty cool.
Good job, better than modern men. You got a jack, some wood there, and the tire, so it should be safe. It's off the ground, so you can adjust it. Got the spoon and the bleeder. Well, I guess I don't need the bleeder because I don't have any fluid in it. Oh. Anyway, this little bleeder, this works a lot. It's a lot easier to work with when it comes to bleeding the brakes when you're ready to do that. Tire is spinning. Thank you, Buzz. So it's been a minute. I believe you go down with this little spoon with the adjuster, and it tightens it up. So what's the little trick? You go until it stops spinning and you back it off a little bit.
Yeah, you go to lock the centers the shoes in the drums.
Yeah. You see what's.
Then you back it off.
See what side works the best.
No drag or just lightly touches. And spin it.
All right, so you do like that. I'm gonna need both hands, guys, but it gives you an idea. You go back there and you feel it, the little star. You hit it, and just keep going down until you tighten it.
See what that's doing? It's unrolling it. Going counterclockwise inside, a click at a time. So, what I'm going to have you do, see that? But we don't need to take it apart. Down.
So go to the top.
If you had a long ways to go, release your spring on the stationary part, and then it makes it really easy to spin. You can probably even spin it just like pushing on it. See? That's how they work, man.
Pretty cool. What do you think, Buzz?
And so sometimes I just get an idea if it centers. So
I think we're gonna wrap it up. I think I might, on the passenger side, do a really quick version for those that have the shorter attention span. We'll make it very short, quick, to the point. Thank you for watching. Did we do it the right way, professional way? No, it's more of, hey, you don't have a lot of money or time. You want to get something running, get the brakes working, and things are, the seals still sealing, the brake shoes are fine, the drum's okay. Use what you got. So, thank you so much for watching. God bless. Catch you next time.